Crooked Joe and his payday with the Biden family, they raked in millions and millions of dollars. You see what's going on. The news doesn't really report it. Making America great again must begin with making America strong and making America safe again. We have to make it safe. It's not safe. Our country is in such trouble.
Good morning, April. What's happening there? What did you see? What are you hearing?
Hey, good morning, guys. Well, as you know, we saw last night the power of the Trump endorsement, right? JD was actually lagging in the polls last week. After Trump gave his endorsement of him, he shot right up.
We're back here with Deputy Niguez. So, second stop, we've run into you. Talk to us about what we're seeing here.
So, Deputy Nardelli made a traffic stop on this truck. When I came by to assist, I was advised that it was a human smuggling vehicle. It's got two illegal immigrants in the back. Driver is a U.S. citizen. Well, anyways, once I arrived on the scene, I started talking to the driver. I noticed he was very defensive about when I asked him, like, hey, who's in the car with you? He's telling me, well, go ask them what their names are. Pretty much telling me he doesn't know who they are, right? So I made contact with the passengers up in the vehicle. They had no idea who the driver was either. Said that they were going to go to Phoenix to get dropped off, while the driver was telling us that they were his friends and they were going to the casino and to go gamble and stuff. So conflicting stories.
Yes. Yeah, so first of all, welcome to the house. Welcome to Nashville. It is a celebration of free speech tonight. Our little song Progress that we all promoted together went #1 for 12 days.
I want to start because I think Americans have seen a lot of coverage in the news media trying to define what's going on in your campaign, what you've done right, what you've done wrong. I want to hear from you, and I know our Americans want to hear, what do you think is going on? What's the reboot really about?
Well, it's really about just focusing on what matters, which is these early states. At the end of the day, I've been saying publicly, this isn't a national campaign. It's a state by state. Right. And so that's the commander's intent. And our organization needs to reflect my intent. And so now we're doing that. So we're going to be lighter at the headquarters, but we're going to start adding more people in the early states.
So Trump's ahead about 50 points on top of everybody besides DeSantis. It's a very wide margin. Today, NBC had a poll showing him 29 points ahead of DeSantis, and he's averaged about 30% or 30 points over the Real Clear aggregate of polls over the last week.
She didn't die of an overdose. She was murdered. She was murdered. We finally got it up to the DA. Voluntary manslaughter. DA looked over the case for 2 months.
Yeah, Matt, one of the neat things here on Weather Nation is we have our correspondents who can show you the weather. We don't just tell you about it. I'm going to do that right now. This is the tornado warning cell south of Fort Stockton. You can see off to the left the brighter sunshine coming in there. That's the updraft region of the storm. And then as you move slowly to the right across camera, that's the downdraft region of the storm. And right there in kind of that notch where those two meet is where we're watching very closely for this possible tornado.
The storm traveling up the East Coast after wreaking havoc in Tennessee. Record rainfall tormenting parts of the state. Nashville under a flash flood emergency. Cars completely submerged. At least 4 killed.